Hi everyone, welcome back to the Pokemon Labs Premier Challenge, our first Moon Series event. We're going to get started with our round 2 with Giovanni, Costa, and Anthony Morales. Right now, let's get into it. These two players both won their first round matches, so it's going to be very fun to see who's going to be able to keep their winning streak alive. We got Gio on the left with Necrozma, Duskmane, Kyogre, Talonflame, Incineroar, Ludicolo, and Gengar. Anthony on the right with Tapu Lele, Lunala, Kyogre, Tornadus, Incineroar, and Kartana. So these two teams, very different, but they both carry some similar aspects. You have a possible Tailwind user with priority, which is kind of a very similar aspects in Talonflame and Tornadus, but they are very different, and we're just going to see this match go into it right now. Let's get started. So the two leads are going to be very crucial here because we could see two completely different things. You know, we have both of the Tailwind users, but there's also two different possible Trick Room users, Lunala and Gengar, and they're known for having Trick Room occasionally. Anthony going to show that Lunala partnered with that Incineroar. Giovanni going to go for it, Ludicolo and Talonflame. So we do see, again, we see that Tailwind user, and just speaking about how Lunala could possibly go for that Trick Room, it could also go for Tailwind. In addition, we see that Incineroar use Intimidate, go on for the Talonflame and Ludicolo, dropping their attack stat, mostly on the Talonflame. Ludicolo, Fake Out, pretty much the only one that will really be affected here. So two attacks here. Gio got that special attack and physical attack combination with Ludicolo mainly carrying special, Talonflame mainly physical. Same for Anthony. Lunala's got the special side of things, and Incineroar's got that physical side of things. But Anthony wants to get out. He's going into Kartana. And now we know that Anthony is going to go for a more speedy attempt here. As we see that Fake Out, go on to Kartana, and Ludicolo reveal its Life Orb. Talonflame using that priority to set up a Tailwind. As we see Anthony now go for that Z Crystal. Here we go. First Z Crystal on stream. Let's do it. It is Lunala's Lunalium Z Crystal. And that is going to unleash a super powerful Moongeist Beam based attack called Menacing Moonrays Maelstrom. So this is a huge part of the new format. Seeing all these Z Crystals come in is going to be very entertaining. And we also see somehow Ludicolo can float, I guess. Either way, it's going to do a massive amount of damage on the Ludicolo, especially one that we see had the Life Orb, so its defenses aren't going to be as good as one with an Assault Vest, so it is definitely going down to that. And Anthony is able to pick up the first knockout on Giovanni's team, but Giovanni does have the speed advantage thanks to that Tailwind he set up earlier. So now he's going to be able to go into this Kyogre pretty safely and set up a very strong attack. If it's Choice Scarf, then you really have all the speed in the world. If it is another item, maybe Watery MZ, that's something that's been tossed around before, it could do some massive damage onto one of Anthony's Pokemon. But in this case, if it decides to go for that Water Spout, you gotta watch out for Lunala possibly carrying Wide Guard. Even though we saw Lunalium Z, that is such a common item on Lunala in this format, that the moves are still so versatile that it could be carrying Wide Guard. It's something that maybe is there just to put a stop to Kyogre, because when you look at Anthony's team, there isn't too much to stop Kyogre, so maybe that's his foolproof plan. But he does have that Kartana, and if that's able to survive both attacks from Kyogre and Talonflame, possibly with help from Wide Guard, it will be able to remove that Kyogre. But he's not going to worry about that now. He's going to go into his own Kyogre. As we see Will-O-Wisp come out from Talonflame. Good switch there from Anthony. That Kyogre will get burned, and that, though will cripple his damage a little bit each turn, is not going to have that attack, or it is going to have the attack stat, but it's not going to matter because Kyogre is a special attacker. And we see Lunala now matching the Tailwind after Giovanni's own Water Spout. So that did a massive damage onto both Pokemon, with Lunala keeping that Shadow Shield available, and Kyogre having having the water resistance. That still did a lot of damage. So Giovanni might be going for something that boosts that power, maybe the Mystic Water or Water Plate, or maybe Choice Specs. Depends on what we see with his other items here. Anthony and Gio now both have the same speed tier, but Talonflame has that advantage of priority in flying attacks here. So Giovanni can go for an attack here onto one of Anthony's Pokemon to try and just remove it if you're going to go for that Brave Bird. The Lunala is going to switch out into Incineroar. Gonna go ahead and cripple a little bit of that Brave Bird damage. So, if that is coming off of Giovanni's side, we could see this Talonflame switch out as well, but it was faster, and it is going to go for that Brave Bird in an attempt to remove that Kyogre from Anthony's side. So Giovanni now getting that Kyogre out of the way is not going to happen because that is a bulky Kyogre enough to take it. It goes for Thunder, and it's going to cripple that Talonflame. Actually, because of the Brave Bird, it's going to remove it. I don't know. With that, Giovanni was very lucky that he still has that Kyogre on the field because he was able to remove both of Anthony's Pokemon, but now he's got to watch out because Anthony, thanks to that Brave Bird survive, actually was able to remove the Talonflame and now is in a very good position. He has Kartana in the back. Giovanni did a lot of damage. He also did underspeed Anthony's Kyogre, so it either is a Choice Scarf speed tie, or there is that possibility that Anthony is faster, so maybe Anthony is going to be able to use that Kartana to remove a Kyogre here before Kyogre can attack. But we are going to see Gengar come out from Giovanni's side and the return of Kartana and Lunala on Anthony's side. Gengar could be fastest on the field here depending on what its nature is. It's very similar to Kartana in speed, so it's going to come down to both of their natures and what they decided to invest in. Gengar could also be holding the Focus Sash. That could be a huge play for Giovanni because he'll be able to survive a turn with either one Kyogre or Gengar. It doesn't really matter thanks to that Focus Sash, and because of that, we're actually going to see a Z Crystal. This one's coming from Giovanni's side. It is that Gengar that has the Z Crystal. That is a surprise play. I did not see that coming. Gengar is known for carrying Focus Sash, and it's going for Z Destiny Bond. Meaning if it gets knocked out, it takes its attacker down with it, and it acts as a follow me of sorts. So it will draw all the attacks from Anthony's Pokemon onto this Gengar, and thanks to that Moongeist Beam, it's going to be able to remove of that Lunala, in addition to getting a full power Water Spout in the rain. Thanks to the follow me aspect, there's no way that Kartana, I don't think it's going to take this full power Water Spout in the rain from a really powerful Kyogre, unless this is Assault Vest or Focus Sash. This Kartana's going down, and that's going to do it. So with that, Giovanni Costa, with that redirection, is able to take game 1 of round 2. That was, I think, the biggest surprise of the match. I was excited to see that. As soon as I saw that Z Crystal, I'm like, and it was good. And as soon as I knew it was Ghost type, I'm like, that Gengar has Z Crystal. What in the world is that going to do? Because Z status moves are so uncommon in the format. Back when we were doing Z moves in 2018, you would really never see Z status moves. So coming out here with that Z Destiny Bond, acting as a one-time redirection, it really helps Giovanni's team because not only are you able to keep your Kyogre at full health, you're able to keep Talonflame from getting crippled where its priority is lost, you're able to keep that Duskmane Necrozma from getting taunted or getting knocked out if you have your own Z Crystal. There's a lot of really good options to use with that Gengar. The only flaw with it is you do get one turn with it. You aren't Focus Sash, so say Kyogre is Choice Scarf and goes for Water Spout and outspeeds you, then you're not in a good position. So it's a risk, but it has very, very good rewards at the end. So very good surprise there from Giovanni. In this case, now, is there any switches to be made from Anthony's side? I don't know, because he did a really solid team here. He had that Lunala, he had work really nicely. It did get the Tailwind up. Kartana was perfectly planned. And I think that the Gengar really caught him off guard, and he had a pretty solid matchup against both of them if that Gengar didn't use that Z Destiny Bond. So, now with the element of surprise out of the way, will Anthony end up adjusting his strategy or keeping it the same with it in mind, knowing that Gengar can redirect me, it can knock me out in one hit, if I would knock it out in one hit too, so we'll see. We're going to see Kyogre Tornadus from Anthony's side. We're going to see Ludicolo, Gengar on Giovanni's side. And in that case, we now know Ludicolo, it is known for having Swift Swim, so there's a good shot it is going to be first to move and could possibly either fake out Tornadus in an attempt to prevent it from moving, or trying to fake out Kyogre to prevent it from moving, or attacking Kyogre to try and remove it. So those are all options with that Ludicolo. We also know Gengar now has the Z Crystal. Z Destiny Bond does have priority, so if they go for that and we see this Kyogre go for Water Spout, that will remove that Gengar, or really any move. Will remove the Gengar. It's a pretty fragile Pokemon. We see that Grass Knot from Ludicolo is going to one-hit KO Anthony's Kyogre, and in that case, we see the Life Orb, and that's why. And we see Giovanni go for Trick Room. That's the first we've seen of that. Last time he went for a rather fast combination with the Tailwind and Talonflame, now seeing the exact opposite thanks to this Gengar. And Anthony set up a Tailwind, so in that case, Giovanni now has the speed advantage. Although he might not have it with Ludicolo, it's going to come down to with that. So Tornadus and Lunala both have +2 thanks to the Tailwind. So does Ludicolo thanks to the rain. So we are going to see that Z Crystal come out once again from Giovanni's side. Once again on the Gengar. And most likely we're going to see that Z Destiny Bond, and that, especially with Lunala on the field, with the Z Crystal, it's possible to remove it. Oh! We actually see another attack. It is not Z Destiny Bond. It is that Z Never-Ending Nightmare. And with the Shadow Shield, it is able to remove Lunala. This Gengar is just impossible. But Anthony gonna get a single shred of hope as he's able to get a Hurricane off of the Ludicolo, thanks to Ludicolo missing the Hydro Pump. Giovanni now down to 3 Pokemon, Anthony at 2. It's not impossible for Anthony to still take this game. Gengar, though, I'm amazed at how strong this thing is. That was a brutal strategy. The Z Crystal being able to remove a Lunala, and then you have that possibility with the Z Destiny Bond. You really don't know what to think. Giovanni's really got a very, very good mental Pokemon in Gengar. As we see Kyogre from Giovanni's side, we see it is slower. We've seen that in the past from Giovanni, and the Water Spout is going to keep Tornadus alive with 1 HP, but get rid of that Kartana. And in this case, as long as Giovanni hits this Tornadus, and there's the Shadow Ball, which we knew it had thanks to Never-Ending Nightmare, that was it. That was it. So Giovanni Costa is going to take round 2 of our Premier Challenge, and continues his undefeated streak of the day. But he's still got 2 more matches. Anything could happen. But Giovanni Costa looking good to get into our top 4 today. That was definitely such a fun match. I'm super surprised we saw that Z Destiny Bond, but it's something I really liked seeing. I think that, again, in this new format, we really don't know what's going to become the new meta. So with the Z Destiny Bond now being exposed, it might be more common than we think, especially take out Lunala, which is the most common Z move user in the format. Stick around for round 3, coming at you soon.